All right. We do. We are multi-streaming it tonight, folks, because I am getting fancy dancy with the technology here. I know. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, YouTube, Facebook, and the good old-fashioned chickadee talk. Yeah, we are going to be kind of chit-chatting tonight. It's April Fool's. It's also full moon. So, welcome in everybody. I hope you're having a big full moon fun day. Hopefully, you all are on, let me see, on TikTok and YouTube. I can't see any of the comments, but I can see comments on Tickety Talk. So I don't quite know how we are going to manage that, but we shall see. We are going to be talking about the full moon. Hi, everybody. How you doing? We're going to be talking about that big fat full moon that's about to pop and lock in about an hour. You can hear my cats fighting because it's about to be a full moon. Hey, knock it off. Because you know that always works. On here. Hold up. What are y'all doing? You know y'all ain't supposed to be under there anyway. Come on. Out. Come on. You, main offender. Yes. Main offender, out. Come on. Out. Out. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for all the claps and the likes and the taps on there. I do want to reiterate that, on YouTube and on Facebook, because we're going multi-stream here. Um, I can't see y'all's comments. I'm going live through Riverside. But I can on my old tickety talk over here. And let me see about this. Thank you for everybody that's popping in. Hi. Hello, 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 everybody. So, how has your full moon been going? I just released a video in my Patreon. Hi, Maddie. I just released a video in my Patreon. If you're in there, I had a full moon reading where I pulled cards for each one of the sun signs and a good old fashioned collective reading. Hey, hi Vanessa. We're talking about the full moon and what's going on, and I'll be pulling some cards and probably doing some readings. So I'm testing some things out. I'm going on multiple streams here at the same time. And I'm just seeing how things are going to work out. So I decided, why not try something interesting on a full moon and an April Fool's Day? Because, like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? So I will start to pull them cards here. Um, and we are going to start with, let's see. Yes, the moon's about to be full in about the next like hour and a half, I do believe. So it's going to be big. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's already doing its work and making things very clear and obvious. I'm happy the TSA got funded. I'm very happy that my fellow Austinites are going to be getting paid for the work that they do. And every other TSA worker that's out there, I am really, really happy for that on there. Thank you guys so much for all the likes. It helps because us as us as creators, we can't like our own lives anymore. I know. So we really have to rely on our audience helping us out. But let's pull like a whole card for what does everybody in here need to know about this. Okay, the full moon. Okay, I love this. We have yin in protection mode on here, which yeah, thank you. I see that, Vanessa. Thank you so much. So yin and protection for everybody. This is about a sense of, let's not try to force things during this full moon. This full moon says, you can negotiate, you can congeal, you can do all you want, but it what's going to get done is not going to get done forcefully. What is required is more of a subtle and gentle touch to things, more of a, during this full moon, it's all about being receptive and receiving. And what I hear in my mind is a reminder, it is not about logic. This is about receptivity, right? Being receptive to what I like to say is things my ego is not going to be able to be smart enough to come up with. That's why we're receptive to our higher power, whatever you might want to call it, on there. Yeah, and that says like this big full moon's just, I pulled similar cards in other decks for other readings that I've done, and it's in kind of modern terms. This is, chill out, chill the fuck out, go have some chocolate, drink a 7 Up, have a moon pie, chill out, everybody, chill out. And so, and usually, people with full moons, people oftentimes think like even days before the full moon that, oh my god, I'm being messed with, it's the full moon. It's actually the phase right before it's full called the waxing gibbous, which can be, think of it like, it can be a very intense time, or filled with a lot of emotions, right? And that is just kind of like, think of it like right before you get over that bell curve. That's that phase. And then the moon pops, boom, you get that release or that clarity. Yeah. Yeah, there's a really good TikTok video, and I've used the audio before, about it. It said something about, you know, um, have a moon pie, chill out, quit murdering people. And this is really what this full moon is honestly about, y'all. It is about being open and being receptive um, to that which you really, really, really just want to receive. Um, and I'm stoked about the full moon. So that's, I mean, and that's just me. I'm gonna see if I can get a few more people in here. I'm gonna share this live with a bunch of people and be like, come in and have fun with me on here. Let me see. I'm sorry, I gotta read on here. Okay, I was a crane wreck yesterday. Oh, with the trauma I'm going through, but today, yeah, yeah, that's it. Because sometimes during that intense period right before full moons, we get the crying, we get the, the stomping feet. We get, if we're mad, or, whatever it is. Sometimes we can get the feels, the big feels, the big, strong, strong, overwhelming feels. But the good news is they don't last all that long. They're just there to help us bring through some clarity, or break through some clarity. Hi, everybody on the old YouTube and the Facebook. Just to remind you, on YouTube and Facebook, I can't see your comments because I'm going live on multiple streams. But if you pop over to the old Tickety Talk, I can see your comments over there. Hi, everybody that's popping in. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. We're talking about the full moon. We're talking about how to utilize it. We'll probably talk about some spooky stuff. People accuse full moons of doing all kinds of weird stuff, but really that's not it. And why people were so scared, of full moons a lot. Um, a lot of people who a lot of generals or people who were in the militaries would use full moons to attack because they had the most light to be able to see their enemy in the dark. I mean, makes sense to me. Or they would use the new moon. Depending on if they knew exactly where they were going to be going, they'd use the new moon because new moons don't have any light on it. And I think it's amazing. And I think that it is very essential for us all to remember, to start using the moon cycles a little bit more on there. And people always think, all the spooky stuff, the witches and the werewolves and the vampires. And I'm just like, they come out anyway. Full moons or not. I mean, you can have more fun in the full moonlight, I guess, if you want to say something like that. But like, it does. Where are you at in the United? Or where are you at in the world? Aliens, yes, aliens. Florida, cool. Oh, they just had that. They just had that shuttle launch a couple hours ago, going to the moon. Well, I don't think they're going on top of the moon, but I think they're gonna orbit the moon for a few days, right? I figured I saw something about that. But yeah, light full moons are absolutely like, I can't wait to see what it's going to be looking like here when I go outside after all of this and take a peek of it. All right, and let me pull a card for you, Pee-wee. Let's see how you can utilize the full moon, shall we? I'll let you pick. Do you want a card from the Woto deck? Do you want a card from the spirit animal? Or do you want good old-fashioned tarot? I will. Let me know. Yeah, call me or send me the details. Okay. I'm going to pull you some tarot cards, actually. I really am. All right. Because the tarot's gonna know. The tarot always knows. Yes, because if you're on my old tickety talk over here, I can pull cards for you. Because unfortunately, this is my first time going live with all of these streams at once. So I haven't figured out a way to be able to go live and see all the other screens just yet. I haven't gotten over that hump of technology just yet. I'm like, how do I do that? Okay. Yay. Okay, I'll do cards for you, Vanessa. Okay, let me see about what you need to know about this, Pee-wee. Let's see. Oh, okay. We've got 3. Okay. Were you planning, this looks like to me you were planning like a trip or planning to do something new, like an adventure, like a journey, but it got canceled. Do you know anything about that? Because the full moon was something just revealed to you about a something you wanted to do, but it got kind of poo-pooed and ixnayed. Yeah, for sure. I'll pull your cards next. Ah, that's exact. Well, the full moon was kind of like, I want to say confirming that or popping on top of that, right? That's okay, that can be put on pause because it looks like there's somebody that or there's maybe a little bit of bad mouthing or some negative thoughts or somebody's poo poo in the move on this. And let me see what we can do about that. What do you need to do to move from there? Yeah, prices of gifts and safety, money, safety, resources might not be what they are here or wherever you're at. They might be um tougher to build and tougher to hold on to there. I can see why you want to go to Maine. It's a beautiful place. Yeah. There's better offers for you coming in. Use this full moon. There's more offers, there's better offers, especially with money. Better resources coming in. So maybe take this next like 2 or 3 days and you know, you don't have to get exactly clear on like I want to go exactly here or do this or do that, but maybe just say, okay, allow me to receive some clarity that I haven't. Allow me to see ideas that I haven't. Allow me to be open to hear and accept things that I didn't want to in the past that is going to help me move forward. Yeah. It can be a little bit more. Yeah, real estate is definitely tricky right now. Real estate is definitely tricky right now. So just hold off. I'm not convinced you need to go to Maine. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be happy there with the monies. I don't think you're going to be happy there with the resources. You're not going to have what you find to be comfortable or that you find that you feel luxurious in. I think it might be, yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Orbit. I'm gonna mess your name up. Orby girl, it looks like it. Oh yeah, I love visiting Maine. I've had some great. I love Kennebunkport, Maine. I love that area up there. I've had great little vacations up there, but it'd be a tough place to live, especially if and I can just say it, like if you don't have a bajillion and a half fucking dollars up there, like it's gonna be tough. Not impossible, but it's going to take some more resourcefulness, more finagling, and I'm not sure if that's what you want to take on right now. Maybe in the future, though. All right, Vanessa, you wanted some cards pulled for you? Okay. Do you want tarot cards? Do you want wisdom of the oracle? Do you want spirit animal? What you want? What you want? What you want for your full moon? And hello to everybody joining in on the live. Hello, hello, hello. If you're coming in live from YouTube and Facebook, unfortunately, I can't see your comments because I'm going live on Riverside through all of this. Um, but if you come over to the old Tickety Talkie channel, I'll be able to see your comments on there. But I'll be talking in general. So even if I'm not, and y'all take note, even if I'm not giving you a direct reading or talking directly to you, you can always get what's called a cleat-on, a message that you needed to hear while I'm talking to somebody else. That can always happen. And that happens a lot for me I watch a couple of readers on here and it'll happen for me a lot. That I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me go back and stroll through your comments. You're welcome, Pee Wee. Thank you. Um, yeah. Let's go with wisdom of the oracle. If you're hitting that grief, um, oh, bummer, bummer. Um, I would suggest this. I have a link in my profile that you can check out all of my readings. I have an online scheduler, but this is what I will tell you guys. Join my Patreon. You can do it for free. And that's where I give the juicy discounts at. And I just sent out my April juicy discounts in there. But yeah, I do private sessions. And Vanessa, I'm gonna get you some Woto, and then we might pull a spirit animal card for you. and we'll just um you're welcome. Uh Sorry, TikTok sends me weird stuff on here and then I get all distracted and I'm like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And thank you guys so much for the likes and everything on here. It really helps me out to get me going. All right. All right. How can this full moon, we'll ask, how can this full moon help to soothe your grief or allow you to receive insights that you need about it? Let's see. Okay. Oof. Of course, you need some mending. There needs to be some amending done. And this also occurs to me, Vanessa. It feels like you're hoping that there will be a spot for some mending in this relationship or a chance to kind of start over again. So this card does give hope that there is a chance in the future that this could be amended. But for right now, this card is about taking care of yourself. And this isn't a card that signifies taking care of yourself alone. It means you're healing with other people. So, other loved ones, other trusted ones, whether that's four legged, two legged, no legged, online, offline, to really help and support your process through this. Yeah. Because honestly, this is going to be leading, this full moon is going to give you some opportunities that you never really saw. And really, this is really about, Vanessa, this is just about like chill and relax, right? Because check out the chick in the boat, right? She's just chilling while her opportunities flow into her. She's just reading her book, having fun, taking a little sail. Yeah, and there's going to be some amends through her, but there's also an opportunity to make amends with this. You're too nice to people, girl. You're too fucking nice. I'm gonna say that to you as your older auntie sister. Once you start learning some boundaries, I'm gonna correct myself, not learning boundaries. It's being more comfortable setting them and holding them. And I think sometimes that just comes with wisdom and time. And I think that I'm at this point in my life. I'm in my 40s and I don't give a fuck. I just don't. You don't like me? Okay. You don't like what I do? Fine. You think I'm this? Fine. You think I'm that? Whatever. I ain't got time for you. Yeah. Yeah, so make it be that. And I like to say we get fucks, but only for things that deserve it, right? And that's kind of maybe what sometimes full moons are here to teach us. Like, they're here to help us release and gain clarity, right? And so that's about gaining clarity on, I don't really care if somebody, says something mean about me because I set a boundary. Who gives a shit? They ain't nothing anyway. And like I do remember this because like growing up, I would remember being, hearing my dad like, "Who gives a shit? Like they're not going to mean anything to you in 5 years, or like go stand up for yourself. Like what are they going to do?" And I would be so I'd be so scared. But now like I do not have a problem, like at all. And sometimes maybe I won't say anything, but I do make a lot of faces in public. Like I'm just like, yeah, I am that person that I don't even have to say a word. I will make a face like, mm, mhm. And that's all you need to know. That's all. Let's see. Hold on. You're going back to your old summer job soon. Will be okay this year. I have this feeling. What feeling do you have? Okay is a relative term, you know? That's a big broad. Okay to me is different than okay to you. Thanks, Mandy. I appreciate it. Are you looking to have fun? Are you looking to get resources at this job? Because just like we were just talking about boundaries with Vanessa, I mean, what's okay for her might not like I might not tolerate and vice versa. Because okay to me is, you know, oh, you are welcome. You're very welcome, Vanessa. Are you looking to just get some good money? Are you looking to avoid, jerk bosses? It's been hard. Okay, so maybe you're looking for it to hopefully get some like relief, to feel like, okay, this job is cool or this summer job is great. Okay. Okay. Okay, and how can the full moon help Tiki Talkie um prepare for the summer job? Let's see. Okay. You really like this job. You think like you were blessed when you got it. You felt like a very like privileged or honored to be able to get it. But then somehow you felt like you were trapped in a cycle again, like around and around, like, oh my God, here we have to go with this person again in this attitude or whatever, this behavior. But moving forward into this is about observing and thinking and making lists this summer while you're there. And it's about like using more of your logic than letting them toss you on this roundabout again. It's more like thinker like, okay, how is this job getting me to the next step in my life? How is this going to propel me? How can I use this? How can I like I just want to tell you like with this full moon, like learn how to be observant and neutral with this because it seems like that's what the moon is going to be preparing you for. Cuz thinker is logic. Thinker is not getting caught up in, all of the drama. This is about make some lists. What do you need from this job? What are you looking to gain? What are you looking to get? And then what I like to say is I always, and I have to remind myself of this, mission focused, girl. Mission focused. What is our mission here? Our mission is to A, B, C. Okay. Shoop. That's what we're doing. Yes, tapping is clapping, y'all. But yeah, use this full moon to release. It seems like it feels like to me like you need to release um um the shoe is going to drop syndrome with this summer. That's what it feels like. Maybe use that to say like who gives a shit if the shoe drops? I got my list and I know what I'm here for and I'm checking it off as I go through the summer to get what I need. How helpful was that to you? Because it really just seems like honestly, I just want to tell you like I really would encourage you to look in I would encourage you to look at your skill sets and that you are capable of more than what you're giving yourself permission to do. And it feels like a sense like you keep looking for others to give you permission or validation and you don't need it. Oh, thank you for the hand heart. I think that's really cool. Yes, I love all those hearts going up. Oh my God, you guys, I have 5 people in here. I got 5 people on here going live. Ah, yes. I hope that helped you. And thank you guys for all the follows as well. If you're not already following me, thank you so much. TikToks are not what lives are not what they used to be in the past. But yeah, this full moon is going to be it is. I mean, it has already been revealing. I'm really happy, like I said earlier, that the I was reading that the TSA got funded, which I'm really super thrilled about, that some people can get paid and not feel like they're going to be evicted and kicked out of their homes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really glad that the full moon helped to reveal a solution to all of that on here, because I don't know. I just feel like we still got some more surprises to come on this April 1st. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it just feels like the image that I see is the last nail in a coffin. So I don't know. We'll see how that translates. Hold on. Your bestie would love a reading, but she's out with her BS. I told her. Aw, thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Oh, she was at. Oh, yay! Did she ever see the video that I made, that I edited, of all of us? Uh, yeah, yeah. Tell her. Hopefully, yeah. Show her that video. People love that video on Instagram. You should go check it out. It's it's a little ways down, but I was honored to be the VIP medium at Yorktown Memorial Hospital, this old abandoned hospital in Yorktown, Texas. And I have never seen a place so paranormal, not even just paranormally active, but like actively communicating. And there was this whole conversation in the OR, in the labor and delivery room, that we had with those women. You remember that? And those men kept popping in. It was freaky, but and even when I listened to that audio, when I re-listened to all that audio, there was even more EVPs, but they were so faint and silent, I wasn't going to be able to amplify them in a video to be able to be heard. Yeah. So if you've ever been to Yorktown Memorial, it is fucking awesome. That's all I have to say. If if y'all want to go somewhere really awesome in Texas for haunting, it is Yorktown Memorial. And the good news is you can get tours there through Curious Twins Paranormal. They give them. Oh yeah, yeah. If you want me to pull cards for Alex, let me pull a card for Alex and let her know what's going on. And Mandy, I'm gonna pull some cards for you too, Mandy, if you want me to, Mandy. For Alex, and we'll just see what the full moon has for her. Let's see. Okay, for Alex, she needs to just kind of step back. The world is too close to her face, right? You ever notice how the world gets too close and you can't see past your nose? Observer and protection says let the full moon reveal to her and be observant. She might be too caught up in her own life, or help. What it feels like is she's too caught up in helping somebody else, she can't see the forest through the trees. So this full moon needs to illuminate and make clear to her what is really important for her to see, to be observant of, to be aware. And it could be too is that she's just looking too closely at details and they're all getting meshed up. Okay, cool. Yeah. Mandy, what deck do you want me to use for you? You want to use the Woto? You want to use Spirit Animal, or you want some Tarot? Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of both. I'm gonna do some tarot and I'm gonna do a little bit of Woto, and I'm gonna ask about how you can utilize this full moon uh, for your advantage. Okay. All right, let's ask that. And yeah, because this full moon, like, have you been obsessing about taking on a new project, but it feels like you can't go anywhere. Oh yeah. Like you're not quite sure where it's going. Hold on. Let me pull some more cards and let me explain myself a little bit better. So what this full moon is doing for you, Mandy, is all right, let me see. You got Between Worlds and Protection, which says like I want to get where I'm going quickly. But Observer once again says like things are too close to me and I can't even see past my own nose and I don't even know where I'm really going, but I want to get there very, very quickly. But we got regeneration at the end of this full moon, which says second chances and things that you thought were dead come back to life in new opportunities. So that's what this full moon is helping you work on. So your action step here is the observer card, which is step back from things, get out of the trench and get on top of the hilltop to see things from a broader perspective. And that will help you not to feel so in between worlds, right? Oof, that makes sense. Because I keep feeling like this is a project you want to work on with like a family member, with like a sibling or something. Okay. And the tarot is saying, like, yeah, like, don't give up on your opportunity. All right. Don't give up on it because you really like it. You really love it. Right now, you're just halting on the planning phase with this full moon. But don't worry, it's all going to work out. You're going to get to the end of the journey. But it's on pause for just a second. Okay. Melissa, hi. Um, this full moon has been a lot. Like everybody I've been doing readings for this week and even today, a lot of readings have come up with like it's more about internal work and the way that we're going to be perceiving during this full moon versus like physical world action steps. Oh yeah, good. I'm glad that spirit could give you some help. That's what we're here for. And just to reiterate, I'm on the old tickety talkie over here. So Facebook and YouTube, I can't see your comments right now because all of my technology is um being used on other things. And you know, being a full moon and an April Fools, I should have set up a third laptop or another screen, but I'm not that techy, y'all. I don't Sometimes I'm just like, let's do this. And then I'm like, oh, oops. I guess I needed another screen. Um, but whatever's, whatever's. It's a big fat full moon. I'm gonna use that as my excuse the entire night on here. But yeah, and back to Yorktown, Mandy, if you ever can get there, you will just freak right the fuck on out of how insanely beautiful it is and haunted and gorgeous and all of it all at once. It really will. I'm gonna see if I can turn on some music behind here. Oh, can we do that? Oh, we might be able to. Oh, we can't we can't play that song. I had a definite these these AI interpretations. My oh my. Let me see. Let me see if there we go. We might be able to get some music going for the last like few minutes of this live. Hey Melissa, how are you doing? I'm in my little 80s mode today. I got my little 80s shirt like on. See how it's all I wore it to an 80s theme party last summer. Hi Shelby on here. And if y'all are in my Patreon, I did like a whole full ass um card readings for all the sun signs for full and new moon. If you're in there, I give in my Patreon for all my patrons, especially if you're at a supporting level and above. I try to give you everything and the kitchen sink, y'all, for that. But April, and I'll give you guys a sneak peek in here. Why don't I do that? Why don't I give you a sneak peek of April and oh, thank you, Melissa. And what we're, going to be collectively experiencing. And yes, for my patrons that are in Patreon, I will be releasing the April's monthly forecast in the next day or so. Yeah, let's see. Well, it's it's going to be a mixed bag of tricks. I know that we have a certain person that I will not mention going live tonight from a certain place that rhymes with outhouse. And I think that is going to be one poop show, one big, 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 big poop show. Let's see. Yeah. It's not going to be good for authoritarianism around the world. I can tell you that much. Um, yeah. Because what we've got is for the April energy, it's people might try to rule over you, or there could be some big bureaucracy, big institutions trying to put their foot on your neck, literally. But this is kind of lower management or us, the people who are like, nah, I ain't having it. No, we ain't playing that game no more. And then here comes the little page sword in protection that says, I'm gonna take care of this shit and I'm gonna do it sneakily behind your back. So April, we could expect maybe some espionage, maybe some secrets revealed, um, some things that the authoritarianism, doesn't want us to know, and we're gonna be taking our power back in April, which could be messy or absolutely for sure. But this is a marathon, not a race. Go the distance. It says be mindful of where you're putting your energy at in April. Also, you know what I'm saying? If you're watering the plants, you need to water yourself as well. Because April, the best thing that you can do for yourself is chop wood. And that is exactly about like, um, it's kind of like a mind your fucking business. Do your dishes, fold your clothes, take care of your kids, take out your trash, do your things in your day, because you have to realize April is teaching you like this is kind of almost like the serenity prayer. What you can and cannot change. Have the wisdom to know that, right? And even though horrible things are happening all over the world, we also have to look at what, you know, that A, that's not happening to me directly right now, but B, how can I help in a way that isn't draining to myself? Because where do we end up by the end of April? The end of April is teaching us kind of collectively that like, analysis paralysis. We're not getting, don't get stuck in that analysis paralysis. We can make all the lists that we want, but we got to take some kind of action. And even doing mundane things helps us move forward in April, right? If you've been sitting too long, get up, stretch, do your stuff that you need to be able to do to take care of yourself, right? Go outside and have a wiggle break, is what I like to say, and get outside and just wiggle, 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 wiggle. But April to me is because I kept seeing that nail in the coffin earlier, and then as well as I see towers crumbling. So that's always about like, could be old power coming down, could be, structures and policies that we didn't need anymore coming crumbling down. Um, but I would also, you know, not be surprised if there's not some change in power, is what I hear in my mind. Now, this doesn't always apply to just us here in good old United States. We have the rest of the world that can also be competing in that on there. It's amazing how fast all these lives go sometimes. But I know I will not be watching that shit show in 20 minutes. Uh-uh. I got dishes to do. I got, I'd rather watch paint dry. I'd rather watch lead paint dry. At least I get high from the fucking fumes. Oh, it is? Okay, then oh wait. Oh wait, it is because I'm on Central Time. Thanks for the call out there, Mandy. Um um the Orange Man, or as I like to say, the dusky orange man is going live. Yeah, Cheetolini. Cheetolini. Grandpa Rambles is up too late and he's decided to sundown right in front of us again. It's great. Fucking Grandpa Rambles up there. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus Christ. But I will tell you this. I mean, April, what I do feel like is like April is going to be a month where we look for kind of like the fun little things around our own community. Right? Like yeah, the world kind of is in, massive change. But go find some fun shit to do around your own community. Yeah, exactly. I got dog poop to pick up. I'm busy. And those are also forms of like a how we take care of ourselves, right? B, when we do things like that, that makes it easier for us to get messages from spirit, from our loved ones, from our guides, whatever that we call it that we're working with, when we're minding our business and taking care of what we need to take care of for us and our loved ones. And three, it's also a really great form of resistance as well, to say like, I'm not gonna let that control my life. So that's why I say like, April, you know until we're able to kind of start to turn this ship around in a different way, unfortunately we're stuck. We're stuck here. But we still have the power to create joy in our lives, and we still have the power to perceive joy, and we still have the power to ignore somewhat, and help ourselves, help our community, and when we our cup is filled, then we can put some energy into that or helping others, right? Exactly. I'm not letting that Cheeto stain my shirt. No way. I like that. Oh, Cheeto stains on the shirt. Ooh. Yeah, he is a dusty crusty. Okay. He is the dustiest of the crustiest. Shout out to my girl Shira Seven because I love her. Um, but that is what that is a part of resistance is saying like I will not allow you to control my life or that whatever, that political machine. You were tired. Well, yeah, full moons will do that. I did. I woke up this morning, and even though I slept really well, I was just like, I just wanted to lay in bed and just like create like a blanket cocoon. And I knew I was like, oh, that's that full moon starting to culminate. But full moons will make you, depending on what it's aspecting in your personal chart at that moment, it can make you quite tired depending on what house it's in, what aspects is going on. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Full moons can make you exhausted because it is a lot. The moon is a luminary, right? The sun and the moon, they're luminaries. And when the moon is full and bright and it's got all of that energy just pumping right at us, it can make us a bit overwhelmed and a bit tired. And full moons do reveal. So it could be like, oh God, I really need to give myself that break. Yeah. And that's what I love full moons for is just taking a good old fashioned break. Sometimes and laying in bed watching the last episodes of anybody watching Guinness. I've been sucked into that. It could be that as well. It could be the oak. It could be, the moon. It could be all of it, more than likely. Probably all of some of that. It should have some, you could have some wild dreams tonight. Oh God, there you go. I guess I must be on here for quite some time because TikTok sent me a test if I was apparently human or not on here or not. But yeah, I am looking forward to this big old bright full moon. Or it's already here. I've got my ceremony already set up here, kind of. So after I'm done with this live, I'll do my thing over here in my little magic area. I know the full moon, even for me, it illuminated some things that needed to be done, get done, and take care of. So I was really thankful and happy about that. But yeah, for the next couple of days, you might be tired, and it's okay. Just chill out, girl. Go get a massage. Because I know I could use one on there. If anybody has questions about full moon or hauntings or anything like that, let me know. And like I said, if you're sorry, it feels like I have something in my eye. Um, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, I am I can't see your comments where I'm coming live from through Riverside. But if you pop over to the old tickety tockety, I can see you. And next time I go live, I'm gonna have that fixed. So, oh my God, best Spirit Box app. Yeah, I felt like I'd been. Yeah, it could be. Honestly, grab me my own Spirit Box. I made my own. This is Miss Hunty. She spills all the spirit tea. Is that it? I'll try the deadline. That's an awesome name for an app. I may yeah, that's like a homemade spirit box that I have there. Yeah, she is. She's totally cute. She's super cute. Yeah. It only works with EMF on your phone. What's EMF, Mandy? Oh, electromagnetic whatever. Okay. Yeah. And so I will use this. I will say, and I won't say all of the apps, but I will say some of them I don't know how reliable they are. And I guess that's because I don't understand the technology that they're working with. Yeah, we did use it at Yorktown. I'm back and forth. That's okay, girl. I would probably have to get another phone and then be able to use it. It's using Insta. Okay. Okay. That's clarity. Thanks, Mandy. Deadline app. Has anybody used the Deadline app for Spirit Box? I like my Miss Hunty. She's dramatic, and when she comes out, like people are like, "Oh, stop it! You did not! Oh my god! I'm so sorry." Woo. Now that's a fucking April Fool's joke. Oh my god. Oh god. You should let him know that his great great granddaddy was an immigrant as well, who begged for clemency, wanting to come back here. Anyway, there's a really great video about him, his great great granddaddy, and his great grandmother came over here, who she was pregnant at the time too. Imagine that, an immigrant pregnant moving to the United States. Anyway, I'll back off of all that. It triggers words and pictures, so not so much as a spirit box. Okay, I'm gonna try this out. Yeah, yeah, she's a hot mess too. I mean, they were made for each other. That's all I have to say about that. I'm like, y'all were made for each other. Um, I'm gonna try that out, Mandy. Yeah, his grandfather. Yeah, his grandfather immigrated here from Bolivia. Like basically bought a ticket, left because he was avoiding being drafted over there because there was a draft in Bolivia. And so he boarded a ship for America. He came here, went to Oregon, and he made a lot of money running brothels and bars and taking gold off of miners to do it. Then he went back to Bolivia, where Bolivia was like, yeah, nah, bro. You left up in here, and by the way, you owe us some money, and you signed your citizenship over to them, so we need you to get the fuck out. And he was like, no, 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 I was just playing. I want to stay here. I want to stay here. And they're like, yeah, no, sorry, bro, you're out. You need to board the ship and get the fuck out. And so his grandfather and grandmother left, boarded another ship to America while she was 3 months pregnant with his father. And here they are residing over here doing the same thing. Yep, yep, yep. So he just like his granddaddy, draft dodging, all kinds of shit. Anyway, I can't wait to see how many mediums don't want to channel him when he dies. Can you imagine that? You'd be like, oh, I ain't gonna talk to him. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I don't think I could even channel any of him. But yeah, no, and that is all like a true stories. Like it's all documented. There's a couple of really good. There's a really good TikTok video with a girl named, what is her name? Ashley something. Ashley the Baroness. Ashley the Baroness. Yeah, she has a really good TikTok about it. But yeah, I mean, his whole, that whole clan, that whole family is, some grifting, thieving ass. So, alas, here we are. We're here. But just know, modern medicine can only hold people alive for so long. It's a fact. And one day, he will be discharged of his mortal coil, and that energy will have left the earthly plane forever. And then we can all properly celebrate because I have so many outfits. I have so many outfits. You have no idea that I want to wear to parades and parties. I'd be like, what theme are we doing? Oh yeah. But April, I do feel like um I just think it's a turning point month for us here. And I think it in a good way. In a good way, which could look very, very messy. But yeah, we got the moon card. So we got some secrets revealed and some surprises this month. Okay. A little bit of unknown journey. But I'm looking forward to it. Like you can, uh, don't allow fear and anger and injustice to rob you of having a good life as well. Like have like we need to create like the trick is like creating boundaries around that and being like kind of almost like setting timers like okay, I've been on this, whatever about this issue and this bad person for this long. I've got to move on to something else. Like I just have to. It doesn't always necessarily mean that's bad. surprises could be good. Surprise promotions, surprise checks in the mail, surprise new change of journeys. Exactly. He is one of the reasons why we are the Don't Go By planet, and there are, our galactic fellowship uses our planet as punishment to say, like, don't make me send you to Earth. Do you want to go to Earth? Do you want to go there? Because you acting up, and I'm gonna ground you. I'm gonna ground you on Earth. Do you want to go there? That's right. Start acting. Yep, I know it. I know they do. They're already in the ocean. I have a whole thing. I believe that they're already ships are deep in the ocean. That's just it's one of the most unexplored places still on Earth, and I believe that they are. They're in the ocean. But I believe that parents use, yeah, Earth as like, I will, yeah, don't make me send you to Earth. Yeah, don't go pineapple. Do not stop. Don't roll down the windows. Don't nothing. And the thing is like, Melissa, yeah, somebody will. Somebody will greet everybody. Whether they are, you know, horribly disliked here or immensely loved. There will always be somebody. He's got to, because like it or not, people, even shitty people, have lineages. Even, you know, yeah, somebody will greet him up there. And, even as a medium, there's going to be some things that I'm not privy to or that I don't know about. But I do know that everybody is what I like to kind of say ushered, or there's somebody there to escort them to the other side. Maybe it's not a family member, maybe it's somebody that they knew well or that they would love and trust, that they see to be able to help escort them to the other side. Even the stickiest of the ickiest of the dustiest of the crustiest people. I don't make the rules, but yeah. Can we put that in air quotes? Fans. Maybe, you know, quite possibly. Who knows? Maybe one of his fans, even, but I feel, that if nothing else, this is teaching our humanity about what is really important to us moving forward as a collective. The person who is, or the persons who are teaching us these lessons are not what we wanted, and they are taught, but it makes it kind of clear on what we're really needing moving forward as as humanity. Great and Pete's. Greet Oh my god, that's hilarious. Greet and Beats. You know, I I would have to really solidly say I don't know on that, but it would be funny if that happened, but I can't, I do know, this is what I do know as a medium from that, is that I have channeled people who, and we'll just say, for example, have said, you know, Um, when they got to the spirit world, a family member was there, and at some point that family member did kind of give them the Italian grandmother whap upside the back of the head for what'd you do that for, dummy? Or do you see, look whatever it is. I've heard that before. Like, i- it's not, death is not a get out of jail free card. Um, but yeah, I do believe, from what I've seen and been shown through, meditations and journeys, all types of different journey work that I've done, yeah, is, we all get a review. We don't get out of that. And for me, it looked like seeing what I did really, really well, where I had really excelled in things, and then where I definitely needed to focus some more work and some more attention on, and things that I couldn't walk away from, like I couldn't bypass certain things. And that was made very, very clear to me. Like, you can't wiggle out of this contract, no matter, you're stuck. You need to work this. You can't just ignore it. And it was also seeing like where I was really great with some people in my life and where I could use some improvement at. But I do believe that people see where people like that have caused a lot of harm. I do believe that they are, that they need, that they face that they maybe see at some level the emotional impact of their decisions that they had on people down here. And when you're on the other side, you got to think it's a sense of, we shed our ego. We shed a lot of that, let's just call it difficult personality aspects, right? And think of it like we get softened a lot. A lot of, all of that has lifted from us. So us as a soul, we get to see kind of what was going on and kind of be like, yeah, oops, or how to atone for those types of things. And that was the way that what happened to me. Now, could it be different for other people? It sure could be. Um, but I know I wouldn't want to be them going over there. I'd be like, "Ooh, you probably got people who want to talk to you, and I don't. Good luck with that." And I have my own theories on a lot of other stuff like that, like, the beat and greet. Yeah, I mean, I have a really hard sense of justice and liberation about my personality. So I would say in my wants, in my desires, I would hope that some kind of retribution from people that were harmed by other people, that they're able to receive that in some kind of way. But I don't know either, and that's just the egoic personality in me wanting that, right? Where it's a fact of like, some people this lifetime may never see justice for the crimes that they've done. We might never. Does that make it right? No. But I always like to say, in this life or the next, you shall face your karma. I also believe nobody gets out of jail for free. So it's kind of a working belief system in effect. if that makes sense. It is. There is a lot of pure unconditional love, and it's forgiveness for yourself, right? Because how many times as you know, a recovered alcoholic of almost 15 years by the grace of God on April 15th, the hardest person I ever had to start to forgive was myself. I was able to forgive others in situations with a much gentler touch than me. But yeah, it is, especially if you've ever done any type of really deep ceremonial psychedelic work, you know, you start to understand that energy of the spirit world and what unconditional love feels like, what being in that lingual space of energy, of just pure energy is and feels like, and how to work with it. Hi, Facebook and YouTube. Just a friendly reminder, I can't see any of your comments on there. But if you pop over to the tickety tockety, I can. Are you serious, Melissa? Congratulations, girl. Hell yes. That's no easy feat, girl. Mm, mm, mm. High five for you. High five for me. Yeah, it is. Yeah, big congratulations. I mean, that's even awesome. We got twins birthdays. We got double sobriety birthdays. Yeah. When I got sober, that's when my gifts like came pummeling out like a woo, it was like a huge geyser. And it was like, we're here and you're not gonna ignore us this time with drugs and alcohol. My guides have a sense of humor. What can I say? They're like, we're gonna get this bitch sober. Okay, this is what's. They had a huddle. I'm convinced they had a huddle. They're like, we're gonna get this bitch sober, and then we're just, bam, we're just gonna pop out at her. It's gonna be like, nah. So yeah, I agree with it so much. It was like, man, we're really gonna give her something to freak out about. Because I did, man. I got sober, and then all of my gifts started coming out, and it was like all of my psychic awareness was so strong, and the mediumship was unbelievably crazy, and I didn't know how to manage any of it or structure any of it. And I thought I literally like I thought I had like wet brain or drank my head, or like I was like, "Oh my god, you are crazy. Like you're fucking nuts." I think I tell people all the time, I think you're weird for drinking so fucking much, because what are you hiding from that you need that much liquor? It's really funny. I went out, you guys, I went out last Saturday night. When I mean I went out, I went down to like downtown and stuff and other places until like late hours. And yeah, my blessings started and they're still coming. But it's so funny because these people would get around me and they'd, they'd realize I wasn't drinking and stuff like that. And then it's so funny because they'll go, well, I'm only having more drinks tonight because my life is this and my da 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 is that. And I've got this stress and I usually don't do this. And they start making all these excuses for drinking in front of me. And I'm like, like, Okay. And I'm like, well, I'm just over here having my mocktail. Like, it's all good. You do, you do you, boo. You want to, and mostly it's about, I did this when I was, when I was still drinking too, was I want, you know, I, I need somebody to tell me it's okay for me to be drinking the way that I do. Or I need somebody to believe my bullshit so I can believe my bullshit about why I drink and do everything that I do. So I'm just glad I'm not there anymore, and I'm glad you're not there anymore either, Melissa. Yeah. I do tell threatening little jokes about y'all don't want me drinking because, I'll be like, you do not want to know what would happen. And you would thoroughly regret ever inviting me. you know, you think I'm mouthy now. Just you wait. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, y'all, I'm going to get popping for the evening because I need to go do my dishes. I got to go get my mundane chores done. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you so much.